I have a simple approach to communications planning and thinking, and really it comes down to three questions. What do you want to say? Who do you want to say it to? And what do you want them to do with that information? And I apply that at its most basic level to almost any communications challenge I have, because often people say, years ago I had someone say, I need a Facebook page. And you'd say, well, why? And they'd say, well, because my competitor has one. And that wasn't a good reason. That wasn't a valid reason to go down that path. They'd actually forgotten to ask themselves those questions. So from my point of view, I start with that basic level of consultancy, then look at things like research-based planning. So you try to establish what's different in the market about the brand, the product, or the service. Develop a strategy based on whatever insight you derive from research. And then look at the tactics that will support that strategy, and then the measures that show those tactics are actually working. And that's the core process that I apply to communications. I'll give you one example. I had a financial services company that I worked with for several years, and they had a challenge. And their challenge was they had many partners throughout the United States and around the world. They used traditional marketing techniques, so it was media relations, it was ad buys and so on, but they were struggling in social because they knew social, in particular LinkedIn and Twitter, were important channels for their audiences. But their time-poor partners were busy doing accounting services and audit services and so on. They didn't have time. And so they came to me and my agency to say, well, okay, what are we going to do to improve this? And so we developed, using those three steps, a response, built a strategy, partnered with a software vendor, and who built us a platform, communications platform. And then we built very good content, because we're really trying to solve two problems. And one is the executives don't have the time, they don't know what to say. And so by building a content platform, we created lots of social content for them, and they trained them how to use the app so they could actually push it out to audiences. And it was a great way to get them engaged. By the end of the program, we had around 6,000 people using the app on a regular basis. And about a quarter of them said that they had had feedback directly from clients, from prospects, and also had business leads directly attributed to the program. And so it was a great way, using that sort of three-step approach, to figure out the problem, look at the appropriate strategic solution, and then develop the appropriate response, and then obviously manage that process.